I've been slacking a little bit, but it's a lot that's been happening. But we back in this bitch. So yeah, okay, so what we gonna talk about today? I actually haven't even thought about it. I just decided, you know what, it's time, so we going live. What's really going on right now? Kendrick Lamar and Drake, J. Cole. Let's talk about that, because we do everything on here. We talk about everything. You know what I think? I don't think it's the such thing as greatest of all time. That's what we're gonna talk about. No matter what genre or category we talking about, because time never stopped. It ain't no such thing as greatest of all time. It's gonna always be somebody else at some point. But you know what's interesting? When people even feel the need to be considered the greatest of all time, that's how you know it's a problem. Why do you need to be told that, or why do you need to feel like you're the greatest of all time? What does it really mean to you? It's pretty much validation from other people, right? And that's why it's important to feel how you feel about yourself based on your own thoughts, not other people's. Because then it's like they control everything. And you see that happen with a lot of celebrities too. A lot of celebrities, a lot of rich people, famous people, whatever. Because they want to, give up everything that they, did for themselves to the fans, to the people who judging them and shit, giving them awards. And it's like, damn, you can tell somebody, damn, you fell off. They actually believe it. You know what I realized about falling off though? You're not really a fan. People don't fall off. You just never was a fan. All of the people who follow them see everything that they doing still, if they still doing stuff. It's just money and fame wise. Like fame wise, these motherfuckers probably fell off because that's the label. Not working with them no more, not promoting them everywhere in exchange for taking all of their money and stuff. Chris Brown, for example, think about all the biggest celebrities. They pretty much, they start off at the bottom with the most basic deals, and then they get to a point where they can own their masters. But you realize by the time they own their masters, they not on the radio no more. Why is that? Because if they not getting the rewards, if the label's not getting the rewards, why would they put you on the radio? Like, what are they getting out of it? You have to pay your own money. So a lot of artists ain't willing to do that. They not used to that because, but it is what it is. That's why, like I was saying, as far as Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole, I feel like that diss was like, I don't know, man. I don't like it. Not saying it was bad. I just don't like the vibe of it. Like, I don't really understand what's the point, You know what I realized though? Even if you had a twin, you couldn't compare to nobody else. Even if you had a twin, you couldn't compare to them because we all got different fingerprints. We all got different experiences, and we all take those experiences a different way and move forward with them a different way. So for Drake or Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole to even think they can compare to each other, that's what's dumb. It just don't make sense. You would never be like nobody else unless you're trying to be. So yeah, I don't like that diss. And especially because, people, some of the producers, they want people to choose sides and shit. Ain't nobody finna get into that childish shit. That shit is childish for real. But yeah, I ain't gonna spend too much time talking about that because, that ain't really that big of a deal. But the voting coming up, that's what I want to talk about. Because that shit is always important. I gotta get this message out here. We not supposed to be voting, man. This is a reason, because I know I say it a lot, but I don't explain it. So now that I'm live, I'm finna explain why we not supposed to be voting. The reason we not supposed to be voting is because you supposed to show them at some point that you understand what's going on. But we have failed to do that. And what I mean by that is this. If these people are gonna do what they're gonna do anyways, which is not make a difference, what's the point of voting? So I say not vote, at least for this one time, just to see, just to let these people know we're not playing it, specifically black people. If you have to vote, vote Republican. Y'all hear me? A lot of people ain't gonna like that. If you have to vote, vote Republican. And the reason why I'm saying this for black people is because Democrats have been pandering and controlling us for the longest. They haven't did nothing to help us make a difference between the racism we still deal with. I'm not saying vote Republican because we like them or we agree with them. I don't fuck with no politics at all. But I'm saying you have to show people that you understand what's going on. It's no different than you in a relationship and somebody cheating on you, doing you wrong. They got all the time in the world to make a difference and they haven't. Why would you still hold on to that? That's exactly what's happening. People complain every year, well, they're gonna make a difference. Oh, we can't have Trump in the office. We can't let the Republicans win. But then they win, and then 4 years go by, life is still the same. Obama get in office, life is still the same. Nothing is changing. Like, why do people think just because somebody new get in office, it's gonna be a difference? They not for you. It's not for the people. That's why I keep saying, man, if you have to vote for what you don't normally vote for, to let people know you done being controlled. You know what's going on. If they gonna do what they gonna do anyways, which is nothing, why vote? Let them know that you know that they got control. The illusion of inclusion is over with. You're not finna pretend to people no more. They pretty much piss on Americans and tell them it's raining. They believe it too. I don't care what you say, I'm voting. That's what all the older people say because they brainwashed too. You gotta get out there and vote. Yeah, they been saying, look, I'm somebody that live in reality. Y'all see what YouTube channel y'all on right now? I live in the real world. I paid attention my whole life to each party make a difference. George Bush, Bill Clinton, George Bush again, Obama. What's up? Ain't nobody here to really make a difference, man. And all of the people who older than me that's still terrified of not voting, they know better, even better than me, because they've been alive all of this shit. You've seen each party every 4 years, every 8 years have an opportunity to make a difference. And what have they done? Absolutely nothing. That's not the goal, man. But they got people scared. They want you to think your vote don't matter. You have to get out there. Nah, that's some brainwashing bullshit. I'm trying to tell you. If a motherfucker you see what's crazy though? Because I be on TikTok all the time and I be hearing people mad talking about how they gonna cheat back. They want to get revenge and stuff. This dude threw this lady out the window for cheating on him. How come the government can do y'all wrong and you motherfuckers still line up? And it's the same thing as a cheater. They know exactly what they can get away with because they don't even have to show up. They can promise you everything just like a liar would. I promise I'm gonna change. I promise I'm gonna do that. As soon as the time comes, what do you get? Nothing. Right? Like I said before, Trump talk about building a wall. What he build? Some fucking straw. He built some hay that can be blown down by the big bad wolf. That shit can blow over in the wind, right? He ain't really do nothing. But you can promise people shit, right? And they don't care because they just easily pander to. Same thing with Joe Biden. He gonna forgive the student loans. As soon as the time come, oh, they didn't pass the bill. You knew that shit was happening. You knew that shit would happen before you promised them that though. But it's all a joke. They can say, what are you gonna do as president? I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But then people ain't even smart enough to know, wait a minute, you ain't gonna do that shit. They gotta pass a bill. They try to pass a bill for black people. They denied the shit. Ain't it funny as hell? Like, what the fuck? They denied it. Like, you deny somebody trying to get equal rights and basically civil rights and shit. Ain't that fucking funny? What is civil rights then? It was for everybody but black people, really. It was an umbrella. It was fucking stupid. But you really think about it though, Nick, you really think, I almost said something that might get me bad. If you really think about it though, they had to stop Asian hate come into play. You never had them as slaves here. I ain't really seen nobody fuck with them like that. But I know they racist to us as well. Talking about stop Asian hate. Stop black hate. You ain't never paid for your slavery, motherfucker. What you talking about? But y'all making money off of the movies because y'all want to remake the shit. You see how it worked though? They can make money off slavery, never pay for it, then make money off of the movies about slavery, make sure the black people watch it. And now they want to change history. They don't want to teach in the schools no more. They think somebody gonna forget. Never forget. Like y'all tell y'all self with y'all shit. But that's the thing, man. Do y'all know the anti-lynching bill barely passed? Ain't that crazy? Like, what type of, like, why do you have, like, what is so complicated about deciding if wrong is right? It's not. Like, I don't get it. But that's the world we live in, though. Are we gonna pass the anti-lynching bill? You telling me they sitting there thinking about it? Like, I don't know about this one. That's crazy as hell. Think about slavery in general. Them racist motherfuckers risk their lives to keep their slave. They say, hell no. You talking about equal? How dare you talk about equal? They still feel the same way to this day. Y'all not equal to us. I remember what my mom taught me. Y'all motherfuckers ain't equal to us. A lot of them still feel that way, but they don't got nothing else to focus on though. That's the thing though. As long as we keep voting, it don't really matter what happened to us in this country or what keep happening to us, because we gonna keep voting. Like, we gotta make a difference. We gotta get out there and vote. Yep, it's every year. Every year, people act like they terrified of Trump. Y'all scared of Trump? He was already the fucking president. It's so stupid. And the stuff he changed don't help nobody but rich people, other people who trying to get in on it. You know, it's like, that shit don't affect nobody. People just dumb, man. They just think that, oh, because Trump is a racist, that it's gonna really mess up the country. The country is racist. Like, I'm tired of the dumb celebrities and people that got a voice and the platform. Them motherfuckers, I'm sorry, but they brainwashed. They don't know what they talking about. They'll be the first to tell you to get out there and vote. We can't let Trump in. Why not? He was the president before. What did Biden do? You still dealing with racism. Still ain't no bill passed to protect black people. Well, who cares? The fuck? And then you had Obama for 8 years before that. What are we really saying here? What are we really doing? What are we afraid of? More black people died under Obama's watch by the police and racist people. George Zimmerman, shit like that. What are we afraid of? You see that many people die with Trump? Hell no. They behave with a master in charge. Ain't it crazy? And that's what I'm saying, man. It's a bunch of bullshit going on out here. They want us to believe that our vote matters. I'm glad I never in my life voted. I'm 33 too. That's what's crazy. So that lets you know, like, I've been on this shit for a while. And when I was 18, I didn't even know why I didn't want to vote. This shit is all coming to me now. Why it makes sense. Like, why would I vote in a country that enslaved black people never paid for? I don't trust you motherfuckers. Y'all ain't got no good intentions. Clearly, you just fake and you pander. And you act like you fuck with black people because you want to vote. That's all it is. You haven't seen, the whole 4 years, you haven't seen Biden nowhere around black people in no churches. Watch, he finna start showing up. The dude don't lost his memory. I don't even know why trying to get him to be president. Y'all better running with Kamala or Kamala, whatever her name is. Some old racist bullshit. Some old pretend bullshit. It's a lot of people out here that don't really have the interests of black people. That's like, it reminds me of like Candace Owens being in office. And then we thinking, oh, we got a black woman. Yeah, I don't know about that. People just be, man, that's why I be saying, like, look, if we gonna do this, we gotta do it the right way, which is not voting. That's the only option. The government is not for the people. The government is for the government. If they was really for us, would you think we'd be doing what we doing right now? Let people grow their own gardens so they can survive off of that and not go work for you. Let people be free and do what they want to do with their life. If you want to get a car or you want to buy a house, maybe that's why we should work. But other than that, why are we doing this? Are you progressing with the work you're doing? And that's why, even with the slavery that they got going against us, that's another reason why I created this YouTube channel and I do my TikTok stuff. Because even if we not going to win the battle as far as not being slaves with them, you can still make it out of the matrix. And everybody know this already. That's why they say, I'm trying to make it out. I'm trying to make it big. I'm trying to make it to the top. That's because you know you somewhere you ain't supposed to be. And that's the thing about it. We know we somewhere we ain't supposed to be. And that's the only reason we want to make it. Trying to make it out. It's a fucking matrix for real. And you know how to make it out? The only way to make it out is believing in yourself. Investing in your extra time and money. So that means when you get off of work, like how I just did, the work ain't done. You get right on live or whatever you're doing. You got to work for yourself. And I got to a point where my YouTube ain't making money, but my TikTok is making money talking about the same stuff. But they banned me permanently from live, from saying this shit that I'm saying now. That's what's up though, for real. But like, they pretty much banned me from live permanently, which is weird because I say the same stuff I say in my videos and I get paid for my videos now. So they just be doing shit. And that's because when you starting to spread too much positive information, they like, nah, we got to get rid of this motherfucker. We can't have him on here. So I be getting banned for harassment and bullying. Like how? Like who's being bullied here? Except for the motherfuckers you controlling and brainwashing. What the hell? How did that shit work? But either way, the point is, because God is real and it's not the one this world teaches, they can't stop nobody. And I'm living proof right now. Matter of fact, before I even started really talking on TikTok, I was still thinking like this, right? And I was still posting other places. Nobody was listening, but the music was working either way. So I already proved to myself, this is the second time proving to myself, like, nobody can stop nobody. Like, they can't really stop us, because I started making music when I was 13. Nothing really happened for me until I was almost 31. So that lets you know, like, it's really just a formula. You need to know what it takes to make it. And that's the real thing. So when you realize it's all about marketing, you hear people say that all the time, promoting and marketing. That means in a world full of billions of people, whatever you like doing, whatever you good at doing, somebody might want to buy it. And if you think about it, damn, that's what everything is. Whether it's the cell phones we have, the cars we have, the cars we drive, the job you work at, pretty much everything is somebody creating something. The music you like listening to, the movies you like listening to, the pictures that you like, the art you like, anything, everything in the world that we do for fun is what is gonna make us rich. And the reason why it's gonna make you rich is because when you're doing it, it's not gonna feel like work, but you have to apply this. You gotta apply yourself though. When you get off work, you can't chill. You gotta figure out how to take your art or whatever you good at doing and putting it out there so the world can see it. Otherwise, they're not gonna know that you exist, let alone that you got something that they might want to buy. Like it was this dude one time who went on Joe Rogan. He do like he art and stuff, and so Joe Rogan invited him on there because he's seeing this stuff out there on YouTube or whatever, and he invited him to a show, and his prices went from pretty much nothing to damn near like 10,000 a piece for every piece of art, and that was the smaller stuff. And I was just thinking, like, damn, you see how it changed though? Because it's a world full of people who might like what you doing, but if they don't know you doing this shit, then they ain't gonna never buy it, number one, but then you gonna think that you ain't gonna never make it. This is why people talk about the probabilities of you making it ain't likely. Everybody ain't gonna make it big. That's a fucking lie. Who are they to say that? You see what I'm saying? And I can, like I said, if y'all listen to me, I can promise you now, it'll never take y'all as long as it took me. I'm talking about from the time I was 13 to damn near 30. That's what is that? That's 15, 18 years, almost 20. Think about it. And I'm still not where I want to be with my music because somebody hacked my page and stole all of that shit. So I had to start over. I got like 4,000. And because I'm not even posting, they going down like a motherfucker right now. So I'm at like 4,088. But either way it go, my TikTok got like 40,000 followers. But the point is, it will never take you that long if you have the solution, if you have the answers. The key is when you get off of work from other people, you have to spend your time working on whatever you think you're good at or whatever you like doing, whatever don't feel like work, whatever you enjoy doing. And then you have to figure out how you can sell it without really trying to make money off of it. You can't go in trying to make money, because me doing this shit and then starting on TikTok, it just is what it is. But then eventually, because you keep being consistent, something is gonna go viral, something gonna catch on. So my first video like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, something like that, it got like 4.6 million now. That was my first video that got that many views. But the point is, because I'm in a creator program on TikTok, that's like 2,500. I almost made 2,500, more like 23. But think about this though. Think about this for real. I made more in that 1 minute and 45-second video than I did 3 weeks working for any job ever. See what I'm saying? So like stuff like that, where you like, I'm doing this because I'm passionate about it, and now I started to pay. Like, you gotta do what you love doing, and that shit is gonna pay. But if you always working for other people, if you spend your free time partying, kicking it, trying to find relationships and focusing more on that, that's how you get held back. And trust me, I went through everything myself to know this. I went through everything myself to know this, and to finally be at a point where, even before I got hacked, my stuff, I had millions of views. Like, not like with everything that I posted, but combined with all the videos that I was posting. And then on my TikTok, millions of views, probably more than 10 million. Definitely more than 10 million, I'm thinking about it. But the point is, you have to just keep being consistent. Not only with your free time, with your free money. When you done paying those bills, when you done paying bills, working for other people, what are you doing with your money? People want to fake it till they make it. People want to party while they young. They want to go out and drink and be fresh and fancy. When I tell y'all, I purposely struggled on purpose, literally, because I knew what it take. I know that we not where we want to be as much as we want to act like it. Most people look up to celebrities and they'll waste their time and their money trying to be like these people. But you got to be real with yourself. You got to sacrifice and not put yourself through more than you have to in order to get to where you want to be. So I didn't have a car till I was damn near 30 on purpose. So what I would do is I would move. I would find apartments to live at that's around a lot of jobs, specifically the job I was already working at. So whenever it's time to go to work, I'm walking, or I get on the bus and it'll take like 5-10 minutes because it's like right down the street, but just not like a comfortable walking distance type shit. But either way it go, the point is, if you can sacrifice, if you can say, you know what, especially if relationships ain't been working out for you, take time for yourself to focus on yourself. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, what changed for me was that mentality. I was like, you know what? I'm done wasting my time with relationships because everybody just seemed like they fake out here. So you know what? I'm finna focus on myself and what I want to do with my life just in case relationships don't work out, which is my music. When I tell you, 3 months from that moment I had that mentality, I gained 14,000 followers for my music. And that was the first time I ever did that shit. I had record deal offers and everything, but I turned all that shit down because I already realized what it takes now. I know what it takes to make it, which is marketing. You have to spend your money. So every time I would get paid, or every 2 weeks I would get paid, I would spend at least 300, or I would only have to spend 150 because my cousin was helping me invest in shit. But I would spend 300 to promote whatever music videos I had. And every week my followers would go up. Sometimes it'd be like 100, 200. Sometimes it'd be like 2,000. But either way it go, I was finally seeing the results. Like, damn, and I calculated, like, damn, you know what? In a year or two, my followers gonna be at over 1 million. I know that for a fact based on how my numbers was going up. I woke up one day in January and my cousin was like, he was like, your stuff changed on your thing. I tried to sign in and my password was changed and everything. All of my shit was gone, for real. And I was like, what the hell? I tried everything in the world to get my shit back, everything. And I was mad as hell for a long time, but the only reason I felt okay about it is because I knew that I had the formula already. So I started promoting again, obviously, got back up to 4,000 followers, but then these motherfuckers tried to hack my shit again. But you know what? The good thing came from that first page that I had, because even though I said I'm done with relationships, once I figured out the formula and shit was working, I actually met the girl that I'm with now in the early stages of me getting followers. And basically, we still in a relationship right now, but that's the only reason why I haven't been promoting my music, because I end up moving to a different state and everything. And I started focusing on my TikTok more, but also this shit is way more expensive. So I haven't been promoting my music, but I'm about to start doing it now, because coincidentally, the TikTok is starting to pay, so I can use that money to do my music again. Matter of fact, the amount of money I spent to get that 14,000 followers, it was over 3 months, was like 1,000 or something. I made more than that in one TikTok video. So think about it. I'm finna definitely promote my music again. I got a music video coming up this week. Not this week, this month. I got a music video I'm doing this month. And when I tell y'all, everything that I'm doing in my life is working out right now. So trust me when I say I know what I'm talking about. And I spent more than 10 years, more than almost damn near 20 years trying to do this shit. So when I tell you, you don't have to go through that shit because I did. Trust me when I say I know what I'm talking about. I'm seeing it happen all around me. We're in a new generation where these cell phones are making people millions of dollars from doing what they love doing. Y'all see those people who go live streaming and shit, pretty much what I'm doing right now. These motherfuckers making 100 million, making $50 million just talking, because they not afraid to express their personality. They got something to say. But you just gotta be real with yourself. You can't do it for the likes and views, because that shit is gonna discourage you. When I first started my TikTok, I remember my videos was only getting 100 views, basically. And then I remember it got to a point when I got my first 1,000. I'm like, okay, now I see what consistency does. You just keep doing it. And I remember I got my first 5,000, then 10,000, and then 20. Then I remember I got to 10,000 followers. And then I was stuck there. Then I got to 12. I was stuck there. And I had a video that got to 1 million views. They banned that shit, of course, because they always fuck with me, right? But that still got me another 10,000 followers. I went from there to like 22,000, and then it went to like 23, and then I got stuck there. Then the next video went viral, 4.3 million. That took me to almost 40,000. It's gonna be another video that do even more than that. But that's how it works. It's like playing a lottery. But if you don't play, you will never win. And it's like playing a lottery with my music too. It wasn't no guarantee my shit was gonna go up like that. But if you don't play, you don't win. So I'm putting up the music videos out there, hoping people gonna like it. Then I put the money behind it. Sometimes people didn't fuck with the promotion, but then I do the same video the next week. People fuck with it. It's just random as hell. You cannot control what goes viral. You can't control what people like and how they feeling, what mood they in, because that might be the reason why it don't happen. That might be the reason why your followers don't go up this day or that day or this week. But like I told y'all, man, when I first started even posting on my YouTube, 20, 30 views. That shit weak as hell. But then now some of my stuff get 2,000. Same thing with my Instagram. When I'm posting, sometimes that shit gets 0 views. Like, what the fuck still? But now I'm starting to get into the hundreds. And eventually you keep posting, it's gonna get into the thousands, but that's how it is, man. And then you think about those people who go viral, they like start out of nowhere and they randomly go viral. That's because you're playing a lottery. You can't expect to win. You just gotta keep doing stuff. But luckily for this, for stuff like this, it don't cost money. If you wanna get on TikTok and start promoting whatever you like doing on there, that works too. Cause I was spending money promoting my music. Now that I realize it, matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I'ma still promote, but I'm damn near wish I would've knew about the TikTok shit first, cause I could've did what I did now, which is I got a Barsmar TikTok page for my music. I could have built my shit on there for free, just like how I did my TikTok with 40,000, and I'm getting paid off of that shit. I could still be posting my music right now, gaining my followers, and getting paid off of posting my music on there, which is crazy when you think about it. Like, damn, you really don't have to pay. I only paid because, like I said, I've been doing this shit for almost 20 years. I only paid because I wanted to speed up the process. If you want this shit to go faster, you just got to put some money into it. But think about how much money you waste on all the other bullshit. For real. Like, and I once I sat down, I'm like, you know what? My friends always trying to go out. I'm not going out with y'all no more. I'm not going to get fresh like I used to. I'm sitting in the crib. I'm going to work and I'm paying these bills. And then after that, I'm finna invest in myself. I want to see what happens with just being consistent for a few months. And literally right away in those 3 months, I start gaining followers and more in that 3 months than I did in the whole 18 years that I've been doing this shit. And I'm like, wow, that the whole time it was never the music. Because the music I'm promoting, this shit like 2 and 3 years old. But I always knew it was good. I'm just like, people just don't know who I am. That must be what it is. So I started promoting old music just to prove that shit, right? That shit started getting me the followers that I always been wanting. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So then I started shooting new music videos. And then the followers are still going up. I'm like, that's crazy. It was never my music. People just don't know I fucking exist. It's that simple. How would they know? But you just think, but that's the thing. When you got the confidence like I had, I'm like, I know for a fact my shit gonna go viral, but life don't always work like that for everybody. And I'm just like, why it ain't working? People don't know I exist, literally. I paid for them to know I exist. And sometimes they ain't fuck with it. A lot of times they did. It's always gonna be those few haters, but for every 2 or 3 people that was hating, it was thousands of people all around the world that barely even speak English. And I'm like, yeah, this is crazy right here. This is everything I ever wanted. Just for people to hear my music, to let me know that what I'm doing is working. And so when those record labels like, yeah, we want you to come audition, the first thing I thought in my head was when those rappers get on the stage, get on the desk and start dancing for them and shit. And I got mad as hell. And I'm like, I literally told them, like, how about y'all audition for me? I'm like, hell no, I'm not auditioning for y'all. How about y'all auditioning for me? Because what I'm doing right now is working without y'all help. And they never responded to that shit. Matter of fact, they unfollowed me after that. But oh well, I don't give a fuck. I was feeling good. I've been trying to get signed my whole life. And I swear to God, I met so many celebrities, so many different labels and opportunities, and they just all be on bullshit because they like gold diggers. they got to a point where they like, nah, we want somebody who got clout already. I remember this one dude reached out to me. He was like, what? I don't know if it was like Capitol Records or something. He was like, I'm in charge of getting artists together. If you ready right now, then send your music because your music is good or whatever. And then he never reached back out to me, and I was wondering why. And eventually he was like, yeah, the labels didn't get too excited, but keep working. And I was thinking like, what the hell does that even mean? You reached out to me, but basically what it was, you don't have clout. They don't sign people that they don't think it can make money. You know what I'm saying? And so I realized like, damn, that's what it was the whole time. I ran into Fat Joe, gave him my music. He looked at me like I was asking him for money. He looked at me like I was a bum asking for money, a nigga that ain't showered in days. For real, he looked at me like this, and then he gave my CD, and this when I was 16. He gave my CD to some dude that he was with, right? And he basically told him to toss that shit in the trash. I'm like, what the fuck? But it was funny as hell because my uncle was the one who brought him down there. Like, that's the only reason I was backstage and had access and shit. But he threw my shit in the garbage. And I bet he ain't gonna remember that shit, but I'ma always tell that story. Gilly the Kid, another person, he was posting artists and shit. And then he was supposed to post my video on his page. But once he asked me where I'm from, I should have knew some shit was up. What happened is he was only posting Philly artists. He was only posting Philly artists on his page. So once he realized I wasn't from Philly, this fool posted my shit on his story instead. And nobody ain't gonna see that bullshit. But I paid this fool $500. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. So he tried to offer me some other bullshit. Like, yeah, I'll put you on the mixtapes. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I didn't talk to Tank before, even though he probably can't do shit. I talked to those 2 record labels I'm talking about. Who else was it that I talked to? I'm trying to remember. It's a couple other labels that I talked to, but yeah, everybody just be on bullshit. Once you realize these motherfuckers trying to manipulate you. Who else was it? Tank was like, yeah, I want 3,000. He wanted 3,000 to do something to post on his on a story too. I'm like, nigga, his ass tripping, smoking crack. Hell no, that'll never happen. The Game, on Everything I Love, I got the messages still from The Game. The Game messaged me like, I see you getting better and better. Like, in reality, I was just getting more followers. But he was trying to do a song. And eventually I turned that down because I'm like, you know what? Instead of I'm like, you know what? I could pay you to do this song, but I know for a fact you not going to promote this since you charging me, instead of just like, oh, you raw, I fuck with you, let's do a song. I don't know what he was going through, but he was trying to make some money. So I'm like, you know what? Because you trying to charge me, I know you're not going to spend no money promoting this. Why would I pay you to do a song when I'm already gaining my followers? Let me just put this money that I'm going to spend to you into my music. And that's what I did. But that's when he reached out to me like, I see you getting better and better. But I'm like, yeah, I'm really just gaining more followers, but I'm posting the same music. How can they discover new talent when they overlook new artists? That's because they look for the money, they look for the clout. So why do you think these artists complain about their deals? Because these fools get the clout they damn self, which is the only reason these labels offer them the money. But they don't realize you already made it. So when you taking their money and their interest rates is higher than any other interest rates in the world, they make it impossible for you to pay them back. So you can get you see somebody get a $7 million deal, they ain't gonna be able to pay that shit back. So imagine when they own most of your masters, you get like 5% of your money. How you gonna pay them back when they on top of the loan? You not getting them. You can sell 1 million records, but you only getting 5% of that. How you gonna ever pay them back? They do that on purpose. And a lot of people think they got money because they get a $7 million deal, $1 million deal. All of that is for the album. They don't talk about that. All of that money is supposed to go to your album. So in reality, they don't really leave you with anything. So the fact that they made it to a point where they don't discover artists no more, and you have to have clout yourself, and people still give that up, they do that to themselves. Megan Thee Stallion, all these people who complain, Lil Uzi Vert try to get out of his contract because they realize, damn, I went viral and I should have just kept doing the music. But instead, they want to sign them contracts because they getting promised radio time, and you can win awards, you can be in magazines and billboards and stuff like this, all that bullshit. But when you a grown man or a grown woman, you want your fucking money. Fuck that. If I can get 1 million followers because of my song is popping, why do I need a record deal? So they can make me more famous? Who care about that shit? Give me my fucking money, because that's gonna set you up for life, you and your family. But a lot of these artists, they can't even take care of their family like that. So when you looking at them, I promise you, a lot of the times they don't have the money that they think. Which is, so when you see an artist like, yeah, let's do a feature for the low, or do this, I'm giving away a PlayStation, that's because they don't got it like that. Because they decide to give up their masters for money and, for the quick money and fame that they still got to pay back, which is, it's all done. You spend your own money, and like I did, right? So you see how I was telling y'all I spent like $1,200. Imagine the record label spending $1 million on you. You finna go viral, even if you a whack fucking artist. Why do you think weak ass people can blow up? For real, I'm trying to tell y'all, even if you not good at what you doing yet, you can still blow up, because it's just no different than a weak ass movie. How the fuck they make that movie with this motion picture? How the fuck they make this song? How they make this cologne? How did they do this? And they not that good, because it's billions of people who might just like that mediocre shit, especially if they don't know how to do it themselves. So think about it. If you got the money, if you can promote yourself, you can make it big doing anything, literally anything in the world. And that's the key to it. People just need to know you exist. It's that simple. But yeah, I'm gonna be back on here. We was live for almost 40 minutes. But yeah, I'll be back, y'all.